This lecture will explain the rule of Modus Tollens. Modus Tollens should be familiar to you from the first part of our course. Recall that if we have a conditional P arrow Q, and if we have the denial of the consequent of that conditional, then we can derive the denial of the antecedent. That's how the form of Modus Tollens looked, and that's how the rule of Modus Tollens works. And we symbolize this using the letters MT for our justification. Okay, then I'm going to show you one of its close cousins. So we can also have a rule of biconditional Modus Tollens. And biconditional Modus Tollens is going to have two versions. The first version is going to look very much like Modus Tollens. It says, if you have the biconditional P double arrow Q, and if you have the denial of the right-hand side of the biconditional, then you can derive the denial of the left-hand side of the biconditional. So that looks essentially the same as Modus Tollens, except that in Modus Tollens you have a conditional operator in the first statement, and in biconditional Modus Tollens you have a biconditional statement in the first statement. However, because biconditionals go both ways, we can also have another form where if we have the denial of the left-hand side, we can get the denial of the right-hand side of the biconditional. And that should make sense to you. And we're going to abbreviate this as BMT to keep it straight from Modus Tollens. And that's all there is to it. That's a pretty simple rule to use.